Holy crap, I did not expect to wake up to this today, but here we are. We just got what might be the biggest but also the strangest Elder Scrolls 6 leak yet. I literally just woke up like a few hours ago from the time of recording and my Twitter feed is absolutely full of this, so obviously we've got to talk about it and I'm so excited. So as I'm sure that most of you are aware by now, Phil Spencer the other day, the head of Xbox, said that the Elder Scrolls 6 is at least 5 years away. And of course that bummed a lot of us out. I mean, considering we've been waiting for like over a decade now, finding out that we have to wait another 5 years is low-key kind of irritating, but hey, it takes a while, and I think that most of us are understanding of that. However, with all of the news coming out about the FTC and Microsoft, we've been hearing a lot of things about upcoming games and stuff like that. And of course, just yesterday we got a leak on the Elder Scrolls 6, but it's very, very weird and odd, so just stick with me while I try to explain it. See, basically a lawyer working for Microsoft during the whole FTC and Activision thing made a big slip up. The lawyer said, quote, "Could I clarify one issue that the council raised with you? When you were asking about ZeniMax and asked him to find a game that was most similar to Xbox, he mentioned Elder Scrolls. That's incorrect. There are two Elder Scrolls games. One is online and called Elder Scrolls Online. That is a multiplayer game and is on PlayStation today. The game he's talking about is Elder Scrolls 16. The project release is 2026 as a single player game." End quote. So there you have it. Elder Scrolls 16 is releasing in 2026. Now obviously the lawyer slipped up here. He clearly meant Elder Scrolls 6 and not Elder Scrolls 16. So this lawyer has obviously been told, or has at least heard, that Elder Scrolls 6 is planning to release in just 3 years' time, which is absolutely crazy. Now look, if you subscribe to me, you'll know I've said for a while I think Elder Scrolls 6 drops in 2027 or 2028 earliest, with Fallout 5 of course releasing in 2031 or 2032. But is this even true? Because yes, a Microsoft lawyer did say this, but as I stated at the start of this video, it was only the other day that Phil Spencer said the Elder Scrolls 6 is at least 5+ years away. So this really conflicts, right? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Of course Phil's statement could be a misdirect, like maybe he only said that to take the pressure off Bethesda in case they do need to delay it again. Like, maybe the goal is to get it done by 2026, but if they can't, then that's okay, you know? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Microsoft have told Bethesda, okay look, try and get it out by the end of 2026, but if you can't, it's no big deal, as long as it's out within the next 6-ish years, or something along those lines. Look, if you ask me, there is a 0% chance that Elder Scrolls 6 actually releases just 3 years after Starfield, like 0 chance. I wouldn't bet a penny on it. But this is still pretty huge news. Of course, another possibility is that the lawyer just messed up again and said the wrong year. I mean, they couldn't even get the game's number right, so maybe the lawyer meant to say 2028 or another year, who really knows. The thing is, this does kind of add up, right? It usually takes Bethesda about 4 years to make a game. Skyrim released in 2011 and Fallout 4 released in 2015, for example. The only reason Starfield has taken longer is, well, obviously because of the delay, but also because it took the core Bethesda team a hot minute to get used to the new creation engine. Plus the whole upgrade as a whole had to be done and dusted, so when we take a look at Starfield's original release date, it was supposed to release in November of 2022, which would put it 4 years before 2026, which could have been Elder Scrolls 6's original planned release date, and maybe now they just don't have a planned date. So the lawyer just said 2026 because that's the last they had heard of it. But here's my theory. Starfield was supposed to release in 2022, putting the Elder Scrolls 6 in a planned release date for 2026, not an official release date. After the delay of Starfield, Elder Scrolls 6's planned release date got pushed back to 2022, but then after the extra year of development time they got with the delay of Starfield, they really realised just how much they can improve with an extra year, fixing bugs, improving performance, adding in content that originally would have been cut, so on and so forth. So Bethesda pushed back Elder Scrolls 6 again for a planned release of 2028 to give themselves an extra year, just like they have with Starfield. And yeah, okay, look, of course it's a little different. Starfield has been in development for over 8 years now, but again, a lot of that development time does come back down to them creating an entire new engine and completely changing the way that they make their games in the first place. But that is my theory. Of course, don't take my word on that. I haven't been told anything concrete, sadly. I'm just speculating and pulling dates out of my arse, to be honest, but that's what I believe. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised at all if Xbox just told Bethesda, hey, look, the day you announce and show off this game, we're going to hit our biggest console sales numbers ever. So do what you want to do, take as much time as you need. Like, sure, just like us, I think that both Bethesda especially, but also Microsoft, want Elder Scrolls 6 to be here as soon as possible. But I think that all of us can agree, as long as the game is just absolutely amazing, like we're all hoping it is, I'd gladly wait another 5 years. But hey look, that's the leak. I've said my piece. I'm not going to long this video out and just sit here for 10 minutes rambling about shit you don't care about. I'll leave a link to the article in the description below under sources. But if you enjoyed the video, please do drop it a like. It really does help out more than you can imagine. And of course, look, if you're new around here and you want to stay completely up to date on all of the latest Elder Scrolls 6 news, leaks, discussions, and plenty of other Bethesda focused content, I've completely got you covered, so consider subscribing, it would mean a lot. We're mostly covering Starfield for now, but there will be a lot of Elder Scrolls 6 content in the future. Lastly, as always, a massive thank you to our channel members. You guys rock. Your monthly support means more than you could ever know, so thank you for being here month after month. But that will do it for me, so thank you all so much for tuning in, and I really hope to see you next time. Peace.